Hi everyone. So this is going to be a delayed broadcast, of course, due to Wi-Fi peculiarities. We are going to record this and then we're going to post it on Instagram TV, and I hope you can watch it at your leisure and have fun. But be safe and well wherever you are. So here we go. So all these stoppages and starting and stopping and starting, my earlier chain of thought, I had kind of veered off from, but it brought me to the thought that we were having discussions about in the last couple of days, and that was the subject of Upaj. I was asked by my dear brother Sham Kaneji to say something about Upaj. Now, like all definitions in Hindustani classical music, even Upaj, the definition of it, if it exists, a concrete one that is subject to interpretation. So I am going to talk about it in a more open, broad manner. First of all, the literal meaning of Upaj. The literal meaning is what? It's broadening, expanding, improvising. In Indian words, it might be Badhat, Vistar, and of course, improvisation of a seed idea. So the seed idea is, whatever that is, a qaida, theme, or a chand, or a rela, any of those things, and you have that seed idea in place and you improvise on it. Now, Upaj involves, I think, all three elements of the music, which is swara, laya, and tal. All three have to be involved in it. And so you can improvise or do Upaj based in, you could do swaratmak, layatmak, tal-atmak, and I would also, dhwani-atmak is another one, but I would say bhava-atmak is another one that needs to be added into it, because when you perform as a performer and you're doing improvisation, your whole being is involved in it, in the sense that you are not only playing variations, vistars, paltas, but your body language, your face, everything is involved in it, and the way you present the bhava of the bandishes or variations has a lot to do with how the audience reacts to it and latches onto it and travels with you on that journey. So Upaj is, in the basic sense, that it's broadening, expanding, and improvising on a seed idea. I think that is the definition that we will go with today. Now, Gudai Maharaj Ji also said that Upaj is paral. So that's Banaras Gharana thought process as well. So he specifically pointed to paral as the Upaj part of the repertoire of that Gharana. What does that mean? Does that mean that everything that's played in the paral is Upaj? It's improvised, not pre-thought idea? Maybe, maybe not. For me, I think I have to say that the basic run-up through the package of paral is a fixed package. Not a fixed package, sorry, an improv package. But its arrival into the summer is probably an idea that has been visited before and then put into place. So that you can arrive in a controlled manner, that you can simplify it enough so that the audience understands it, connects with it, and is with you for the arrival into the sum. and that you can, through your physical projection, face, body language, are able to convey the arrival in a way that they can latch onto it and arrive on the sum with you and say, ah. So there are different elements that tie up into it. Like for instance, 13, 14, 15, 16. So arriving with that kind of a simpler T-high form is one thing. Providing the audience with this wavy flow, and then in a way kind of retarding it. In other words, slowing it down just a tad as you touch the sum. So it gives the feeling of a speedy travel and then finally a gradual arrival into the station. And there you are, and a sigh of satisfaction is taken. So that's one way of doing things. Upaj, in other elements of tabla playing, take qaidas, for instance. You can take a simple theme and start improvising badhant. Badhat meaning, like for instance, hold the qaida's thought for a second, but say peshkar. So you take a simple idea and you do the badhat, like as if you're thinking about khayal singing or dhrupad alap or something like that, and then you develop it so that it starts with that sparse thought and then gradually expands to envelope a big gamut of information, a big smorgasbord of information. So 13, 14, 15, 16. So slowly you started with just dha and then and the development of that, and then you added this and started getting involved into going into Tishra, Chatushra, developing your thought process to add and include many more ideas. So Badhant part of Upaj may be that. Then comes the Vistar part of it. So that's where you start getting involved in developing qaidas. So the Vistar part of it is there. So so on and so forth. So that's the Vistar part of it, where you're using the theme, the seed idea, and the paltas or variations are arriving. Now, there is a somewhat of a gray area that I feel exists there. And that is, suppose you improvise and you create the Vistar with the third section of Upaj definition, which is improv. Then you start improvising. And so when you create a variation based on the theme, but like totally off the cuff, without preconceived idea, and if the variations by that point have become longer, how do you remember it? So if I'm playing, sorry, my bias shedding. So a longer variation, but the khali part where I went to, I'm sure I changed it a tad, simply because by the time I got to that point, the variation or the upaj or the improv, spontaneous improv, was so long that for me to remember each and every little hit of it in terms of patterns and how they came together was a little difficult. So I can do the improv, I can do that spontaneous stuff, but I cannot promise as a tabla player that I'll be able to repeat it exactly that way in the next cycle. So that is an interesting idea or thought for me as to how I should, work around that. So, and I don't know. So I just enjoy being able to create a spontaneous variation and move on. And I know that a lot of maestros do the same thing. The great maestros of before, because otherwise it would appear that you're playing paltas or variations which are preconceived, pre-thought ideas. So, which is fine with kaidas, you can do that, theme and variations. But if you want to inject into it the idea of upaj, then it becomes a little bit of a, cat and mouse game with your own brain as to how much it will remember, right? Stand up. Concentrate on trying to remember most of it. So I guess you can, in your spontaneous upaj, work with phrases which are very familiar to you, so you will at least remember where they are. If you break them up so totally that they become a whole different combination, which is actually the idea, then you just have to live with the fact that you will be able to do a variation which might be superb in that spontaneous creative moment, and move on, because you may not be able to duplicate it coming back. So and it can go so long that it may not even matter. So that's like, 4 hour turns, and might be tough to replicate again or duplicate again. So that's another element that falls into place that you have to confront when you are doing upaj. So paral, a different idea. You do the upaj meaning in this sense padhat, vistar, and improv. But your arrival is orchestrated. It's put into place so that you can make sure that the audience comes home with you and enjoys the arriving at the completion of an idea. In Qaidas, when you start doing these variations and do spontaneous upaj, in that you might just have to live with the fact that the variation may not be touched again in that manner, and just carry on and keep doing it in that way. And then in other plans, like for instance, if you can do upaj in paral, why can't you do upaj in just uthans of sorts? So that's another place where sometimes you can take a seed idea and work with it. For instance, this is the chakradar, everybody knows it. So if I was to so I mean, this is possible to do, or just open ideas a la paral. So this is all upaj, this is all spontaneous, and you can do that. So this is, I think, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to do is say about upaj. And so if you have any questions, please send me information, send me a question, and we'll address it the next time around. Okay. watch out, wash your hands, keep the masks on. This thing is not over yet by even a mile. So take care, and we'll see you again. Oh, I want to tell you, if everything works out correctly, on July 5th, which I think is a Sunday, it's also Guru Purnima Day, when we honor all our Guru. So that day, I'm hoping that we will do the session again around 9:30, 10 in the morning. And I'm hoping that other Guru brothers will join me from some other places, and we'll have a tete-a-tete. So, and remember our Guru and honor the Maestro as well. So July 5th is the next time we will come together. Okay, take care. I'll post it and I'll let you know the time and everything else. Ciao.